Here we are. Cool. Right. One of the elements of being a good chef, right, is to listen to me. No, is how you season your food. Right? There's two different ways of seasoning food. There's when you sprinkle it with a bit of salt, whatever, what have you, just before you cook it, or as you take it out of the fryer, you sprinkle it or a bit of vinegar, what have you. That's one type of seasoning, which is on the surface. Yeah? Like you sprinkle salt on your chips. Yeah? The other type is called a marinade. Right? Now, you may or may not know this, right? That vegetables do not need marinating. They never do. Vegetables will take on the flavour of anything you cook them in. Yeah? If you cook them in salt, they become savoury. If you cook them in sugar, they become sweet, and so on and so forth. Barbecue, whatever, curry, it will turn to curry. So you don't need to marinate your vegetables overnight or for an hour. You don't need to. As you cook them in the whatever, it will take on that flavour. But meat does. Yeah? Now, a good marinade is overnight. The best marinade is overnight. So if you want your food to taste really good, you marinate it from the night before. You plan your menu, yeah, and you marinate it from the night before, and the next day, once you add the cooking method, it could be roasting, yeah. Once you add the roasted, there's nothing worse than see the chicken colour all golden brown and delicious, and when you bite into it, it tastes like a bottle of water because you only season the outside. But if you season it overnight, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? So marinade, it can enhance the flavour, yeah. Also, a marinade also, in some cases, can hide certain things, like if the meat is almost going off and you give it spices and stuff like that, which does happen. You can sometimes hide the natural process of the food going off and that kind of taste. So it has a twofold effect, but we try to use it for flavour to complement the texture. Yeah. Tonight, this is normally the way Orientals they prep. They use one knife. They don't use like a small. They just use one knife and they do everything. Yeah, but don't try it at home. I'm joking. Don't. If you can use a peeler and stuff like that, I'd rather you do that. I want you to get. Don't cross your arms in your driveway. Push and pull. Yeah, because I've been doing it for many years, so I can do what I like. So I'm making a marinade. So here I've got some root ginger. I like ginger. Yeah, ginger and garlic. Ooh la la. So as you can see, right now you're asking me a question in your mind because you're too shy to ask me, right? Why am I doing the meat first, right? Because what did I say about a marinade? It needs time. It needs time. So the first thing we do is we make our marinade. Yeah. There was supposed to be some, I think some soy sauce in there. But if there's soy sauce in there, we don't worry. All right. We don't worry. So that's my ginger. So I'm going to add my garlic. Right. Once again, if you can avoid having stuff on your chopping board, like the rubbish I've got there, avoid it, yeah? Because when you're preparing, you only want the food item on your chopping board, yeah? Then, chili pepper, yeah? So I'm going to chop all this together. This is going to be fantastic, full of flavour. It's not that hot. It's full of spicy. It's ooh la la, and it tastes nicer than the dried stuff. Yeah, the fresh stuff always tastes nicer. Have you ever had fresh turmeric? Oh my gosh, it is so much nicer than the powder stuff. It looks like little ginger, and it's very, very orange. And anything you touch with it turns orange. Just be careful. I should really be using glass. I'm going to let my eyes down. It's going to burn. But I'm good. Yeah? But you get the gist, yeah? I've chopped my garlic, my pepper, and my ginger. Yeah? So, right, remember, I'm making a marinade. Right, so it's like if you go and buy all-purpose seasoning, and everything is in there, whatever plus salt is in the seasoning, right? So this is my marinade. So the lemon juice is also be part of it, right? Stir, 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 right? Last but not least, coriander. It looks like parsley.
Yeah.
I love it. Right? Because you'll be taking it home tonight, hopefully you've got your own takeaway containers, right? Because you'll be making some braised rice. Is that right? Braised rice and spicy lamb cutlets. I might up the order so you guys maybe hopefully next week. Hopefully, depending on the price of lamb, right? I might up the thing, so each person that has two, right? So it's gonna be a braised, not a braised lamb. What is it? A braised rice, isn't it? Braised rice. I think is it grilled lamb? Is it grilled lamb? Yeah. If we, by any chance, are going to start the lamb on top of the stove just to brown it off and finish it off in the oven. We need to put some greaseproof paper on these trays because they stick. And the week before last, students they left Cinderella to wash. You know what I mean? They left it there for me. It was like, here we go. Here you go, chef. I was like, okay. So let's not do that, yeah? Right, so that's my little marinade. I love the smell of coriander. Some people don't, but I'm not some people. Right, then I can put that. I would suggest, I really would, that once you've got that can be cling filmed and left in the fridge. What I'm going to suggest, when you are about to actually, what should I do now? I should really do that, shouldn't I? And massage it in, yeah? So it can sit in that lovely, delicious, I don't mind the smell of lamb now because I can smell the ginger and lemon in my hand. So it takes away that kind of raw lamb kind of smell. Then I can let that sit in the fridge. But when I'm going to come and brown it now, I'm going to scrape off all the marinade. Because what do you think would happen? It will start to burn and get the black bits in there. But I am going to use the marinade, so I can always add it back to the sauce with a bit of butter, a bit of whatever. We'll see, right? So I'm going to cover that with cling film. And can I get some root paper? Yeah. That'll do. Right, cheers. I'm going to cover that with cling film. And you know how to braise rice, don't you? Right? So I'll put a recipe on the board. Back later. Cap on the braising method, yeah? The best way to braise something is to cook it completely in the vessel that it's in. So you don't want it could be a shallow saute pan or a tray, right? And you would start it off on the stove, or you would boil the liquid. So either way, you know, start off with or boil the liquid and add the boiled liquid to the item, and then you cover that item or tinfoil lid, whatever the case may be, and you put it in a preheated oven. You don't put it in a cold oven and bring it to the heat. So you put it, so when you're braising, you always braise in a preheated oven, yeah? Preheated. Yeah? And oven, and liquid must be hot, right? You don't put it in a cold liquid and bring it to the boil. No, you don't. You braise in a hot liquid. So when it goes into the oven, or when you put the lid on it, the liquid must be hot. The liquid must not be boiling. The liquid must be moving slowly, because the liquid is going to cook the meat or the what have you. And if it's boiling too rapidly and it evaporates, the meat will still be tough. Yeah. The other thing about braising is the liquor. The liquid that it is cooked in is called a liquor, and that is what you use to make your sauce or gravy. Yeah. That's the other thing about braising. So the liquor, or cooking liquor or liquid is then transformed into the gravy, which makes the dish the ooh la la. Transformed into sauce or gravy. Sauce or gravy. Yeah? Because you may or may not know that a lot of dishes, right, it is the sauce, the final bit, when it goes over, that gives that lift to the dish. Yeah? Sunday roast. Yeah? A lot of people eat a lot of Sunday roast because of the gravy. Not just the meat, the gravy. Yeah? It does make a big difference. And you can try it for yourself. Have a roast dinner without any gravy, and have a roast dinner with some gravy, and then which one gives you the wow factor? Yeah? Now, if the gravy's good, I could eat it with bread. It does. It lifts the throat. So if you're braising something and the texture is great, the cooking liquor, once you turn it into the gravy, the sauce, what have you, that will lift it up to the next level. Right. So that's the braising. Now, because we're doing a braised rice, it's not going to be turned into gravy, right? The rice is almost like a risotto type method, yeah, where the liquid almost, it can have a little bit of liquid, but not too much. Mustn't be swimming in liquid. A risotto you can, but with a normal braised rice you don't. Yeah? So it's when the liquid is normally absorbed and the rice grains, they swell, then your rice is ready to serve. And with braised rice, whatever you put into the liquor, that is what it's going to take on. Yeah, so whatever. In our case, we're going to use some peppers and just onions, yeah? Peppers, onions. I'm going to say 200 grams of rice. 200 grams of rice is that will supposedly do two people. 200 grams of rice, depending on the appetite. So if it's 200 grams of rice, it's going to be 50 grams of onion and 50 grams of pepper. Yeah. 50 plus 50. Yeah. 200 gram rice. 200 grams. Right. So 200 grams of rice. About 300 milliliters stock, which is 300 water and 25 grams stock powder. Yeah? powder. This should be okay, right? Stock powder, yeah, more than 25 grams. Maybe a pinch of salt, alright? So maybe a pinch of salt as well. Alright, now what I want you to do, I want you to taste before you put the rice in the oven, just taste it. Also, I'm going to put in the same rice, I'm going to put 25 grams of butter. Yeah? 25 grams of butter. Right, 25 grams of butter. Let's do 25 grams of butter. Right, okay? So quickly, I was going to quickly remind you how to dice. Come closer. Right, how to dice a pepper and an onion. Yeah? Because it's very, very important that you know how, right? A lot of people, they don't know how. I'm going to show you, right? So with the pepper, and I'm going to ask you, you're not going to remember, but I'm going to ask you anyway, right? I'm going to ask you, what cut am I doing? You're not going to remember. You are not going to remember. Here we go. So, I'm going to cut the peppers into strips, right? So I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to cut it into strips, like that. Right? Does anybody remember what cuts I'm doing? Jardiniere. Right? Lovely. Right? I'm famous. Woo. Right? So, like that. And then I'm going to do a dice like that. Yeah? I'll continue to do all of those, that dice. Yeah? Well, that size I should say. Now, with the onion, I want to do the same thing. I want to dice it. I want to leave a little bit of the root on there so it stays together. Just move the skin. I only want half. And hold on. Right. That's it like that. I only want half. I knew that. Whoops. I'll sort that later. The one that got away, eh? Right. Then what I'm going to do, I'm not going to cut all the way through. Right? Some of you are going to get it first time, some of you won't. Practice makes perfect. Yeah? I don't just do this at college, I do it at work. I do this at home. I never used to, I couldn't when I first started. But after a while, I can, yeah? And practice makes perfect. Yeah? The knife ain't really great sharp, but I can work with that. Yeah? And then if I cut it down like that, what do I get? Yeah? Massive, yeah, ish. It's a bit small. It's not quite a bun roll, but it's not. Let's call it dice. Yeah, it's not quite a mustard one. But you know what I mean. Yeah, cool. So right, then I would, when I say sweat off my onions and peppers, what do I mean? Huh? Saute it, cook it without any colour, just to make it soft. Then add my rice, then add my stock. You can boil the stock. You can boil the stock. Or what you can do, which is a good idea, right, is to add the stock to the sweated vegetables. When it comes to the boil, chuck your rice in, give it a stir, taste it. If it needs any salt or anything, if it's to your taste and to your satisfaction, cover it with foil, shove it in the oven, 150, voila. Then your meat that was marinated in the fridge, is marinated in the fridge. Yeah, then you can concentrate on that. Yeah, so right. So I'm going to sweat off the peppers and the onions. Whoa. It's delicious. It's all right. It's all right. I know. It's because I'm cooking it. That's what's so nice. Lovely. Thank you very much.
What else?
That's it. That's all of it. Right. Oh, I need a jug with 200 millilitres of water. Water from my daughter. Yeah, that in your hand. Yeah.
How many do you want?
200. What I will do, I can measure it. I know what 200 looks like. Remember, the water must be just covering the rice.
So after we've chopped everything up, do we put it all in together in one bowl? After we've chopped everything up?
Yeah, you can do. You did it wrong. That's not going well. It's not going well, you did it wrong. Zero. Let me look. It's supposed to be on grams, yeah? Right. Yeah. Right. I bring the rice to the boil, and then I'm going to transfer it to the pot, shove it in the oven, and let it braise. And that should take about 20 minutes. Mmm. Delicious. Right, here we go. I've got my greaseproof paper. All I'm going to do is something like this. Simple. Really simple. Make a little crease like that. Nothing on nothing. Just make sure it fits. That's that one done. Right. Then I am going to turn that down. That's right. Scrape off all the marinade off of that. All of it. Yeah. Then I can.
Do I pan?
Huh?
Do I pan?
Yeah. The reason why it's smoking like that is because it hasn't got the oil in it.
You have got oil in there, yeah? You just cooking it with its own pan?
That's the one.
Rendering it now?
Yeah. No, not rendering, just browning it off. I'm going to chuck it on that, shove it in the oven. Alright? Right, one fine day, everything you'll need will be in the kitchen that you're cooking in. Yeah. What is that you said? Oh, that's right, I found it. Tongs. Yeah? Just browning it off. Yeah, exactly. I'll wear a face mask as well. That's smoke.
Why no oil?
You don't need it. You've got enough oil in the fat. You've got enough fat in on there already. Why add more?
To just brown off the actual meat and not blacken the fat.
Right. Now that can go into my oven. Right. Whilst that's happening, I can then add a little bit of oil to that. Put on my marinade. Yeah. Once that's enough, I'm going to burn it. So I'm going to add that marinade. Where's the lemon gone?
Yeah.
Lemon. Is it all finished?
No.
Oh, don't tell me. It's at someone's table. Because it's okay. I'm not supposed to talk, you see. Yeah, don't want to burn it. Just leave it a little bit, right? So what I'm going to do now, right? That's ready. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give it that meat about 7 minutes. In 7 minutes time, I'll just call you back. I'm going to plate it up for you to see what it should look like approximately when you do your assessment in 2 weeks. All right? Cool.
So yeah, we set our oven to 170 as well.
Here we go. Right. So, here I am. Okay. So, I'm going to put the rice in here. Right, yeah, hopefully. One of the things about presentation is you've got to utilise a space very well. Do not use a small plate and overcrowd anything. Yeah? And I'm just going to put one piece on there. Like that. I'm going to put my marinade, a little bit of that. Like that. And voila! That will do me. Simple. Yeah? Simple. Yeah? Okay? Okay. Voila!
You normally put any
Yeah.
fresh